So with that, let's give a big round of applause for Deputy John Wilson and Louis Cabrera, and let's hear all about the Sheriff's Department. Gentlemen, it's good to see you.
Thank you. Hello, I'm John Wilson. I'm your Zone 7 leader. Been a deputy for 11 years, and at the Santa Cruz Station for 6, and I've been with the CPU as his own leader for 2 years now for Canyon Country West.
Hello, I'm the new member to the CPU. My name is Deputy Luis Cabrera. I've been a deputy for 14 years. 8 of those years I've been in patrol. 4 years at Lancaster Sheriff Station, and the last 4 here at Santa Clarita. About 3 of those years I spent working Canyon Country, so with John. So I'm familiar with the area. I got to the CPU in October, so I'm still learning from guys like John and Chris Kraft, which was the previous zone leader. But that's pretty much it. Questions, concerns? What's that? No, I'm not.
About the station, we know what you guys know, so don't even ask.
Hi, I'm Steve Petzold, and I live in Saugus, and I had a couple questions. First one regarded, the body cameras, the use of those by deputies up here. I was concerned about the shooting here in Canyon Country and the fact that there seems to be no video available in case there were a problem. I'm not here to cause any problems, but it seems like the body cameras are just becoming a standard item that's issued to sheriffs. The other one is that I work with the Straightening Reins organization up on San Francisco, which is involved in suicide prevention. And I've tried to make several inquiries at the station about the statistics for the number of suicides within the Santa Clarita Valley, and I failed to even get return phone calls. So I have the information at home regarding the names I was given to get information, and I'm not trying to be morbid, but trying to determine what the prevalence is and number of those types of incidents in the Santa Clarita Valley.
When it comes to the suicides, some of these cases, mostly all, are handled by our homicide bureau, and they treat these people, the victims, as patients or victims. So there's some privacy issues when it comes to it. So I think that's why you can't get some of the answers that you're looking for.
I'm not looking for names, I'm looking for numbers.
Right.
24, 5, 6, where it's spread out.
I think homicide. Have you tried calling homicide yet? The bureau? Because I think those numbers.
Homicide Bureau in Santa Clarita.
No, it's within the sheriff's department. We have different bureaus. We have Canine Bureau, Homicide Bureau, all these Aero Bureau. They're the ones that come out. They respond from within the county of Los Angeles when we have murders, suicides, stuff like that out here. They'll come out here and handle the investigation. Our detectives have nothing to do with it. I would try there first. Call the Homicide Bureau. I'm pretty sure that's public information numbers-wise. I don't like names. I don't think so, but obviously. But yeah, give them a try on that one. And your other question was about body cameras. I know the sheriff's department is big on getting them. You have to realize we have over 5,000 or 7,000 deputies within LA County. It's not as easy as just getting a camera, popping on our body, and recording it. The amount of
Storage
data that would cause, because you can't ever delete anything. You have to save everything. It's astronomical, and they're trying to figure out a way, maybe cloud space or something, of storing that much data. So they are working on it. They want us to have them. I want to have them because it's getting that way these days that you need them. So I agree. I think we should have them, but I think it's more it's a
Money issue.
logistics of the size of the data that would be coming in is what they're running into, the problems.
You're talking about 30 sheriff stations and 3 shifts running all day, all night, all year. So you do have a space issue, and who's going to watch the video. So there's a lot of logistics issues that go with a sheriff department that's the biggest one in the country. So we're going to have, those are the small issues. I think buying the cameras is probably the easiest part. It's where and if they break and policy, so it's a lot of red tape.
You know, they don't discourage us from buying our own and doing it, but buying our own makes it not admissible in court because we have access to change that video. So that they want to put a balloon policy around this so that we don't have any access to changing video or altering the video in any way. So that's why they haven't done it yet. You're welcome.
Yeah. Are crime/incident statistics just general for the city, or are they broken down by parts of the city? And if so, if they're broken down, how do we stand in Canyon Country?
They're broken up by the type of crime, Part 1 crime, within the city and within the county, because we do service the county areas such as Castaic, Valverde, and parts of Saugus. I think overall, crime is up nationwide. I mean, that's just the way it is now. We don't know why. There's several factors. So I think overall as a community, most of us live here in Santa Clarita. It's a safe place to live. I mean, we do have some incidents, violent incidents, but for the most part, we have an issue with theft. Some of it could be preventable, like mail theft and theft from vehicles, but this is a very safe community.
I'm not complaining about that. I'm just wondering if there is a breakdown within the city.
Yeah, we do break it down. We break it down to Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3 crimes. Part 1s are going to be, your Part 1s are like your thefts, aggravated assaults, robbery, arson, stuff like that. Part 2 crimes are going to be like vandalism,
You could go to
all
our
the other
website.
stuff that falls under the
But
tree.
it's not broken down within the city is what I'm asking, so you don't know Canyon Country versus Valencia.
No, it's broken up county area, unincorporated, and city of Santa Clarita.
Yeah, we don't break it up into Canyon Country West and East. We do that. We can do that on our own if we'd like, but it would be very time consuming. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. You have. Yes.
I have a question for you. With the community outreach policing, has that reduced the crime at all, or is that helping?
I think there needs to be a partnership between the community and law enforcement. I mean, we can't be everywhere. I think when we solve crimes, it's because someone in the community saw something. So yes, we encourage community outreach. With the 21st century now, we have Twitter, Facebook. I mean, you can reach us at any time via email. But is there evidence of that? I don't know, but we do encourage that. I mean, that's why we have our public information officer, and our emails are always available to the public.
Yeah, I agree. I completely forgot what I was going to say. I do agree with that. I think that going out and just arresting yourself out of the problem isn't really the way anymore. It still works, but you see what happens in places like Ferguson and these other places where the community and the police are butting heads, and you can see how nothing's really getting solved there. So, I do think that a good community outreach and being in tune with what's going on in the community is a good thing, and it works. Doing stuff like this, doing these meetings and going out and meeting everybody and having someone to go to, like a zone leader or something, and just vent, be upset at. We get yelled at all the time. We're okay with it. So.
How long do we expect you to be our zone leader? I think you change so frequently. I think we've had 3 or 4.
Who's the question? For me?
Yes.
As long as they keep me. I mean, I enjoy my job. I specifically asked for Canyon Country East. The deputy that was So some of the change is my fault. Deputy Shackelford was the zone leader for Zone 8. And because I'm familiar with Canyon Country, I asked her politely to move over to Newhall. Because I don't know Newhall, I requested Canyon Country. So the last change is my fault.
And which crimes do you decide to report on? How do you pick and choose which ones in our area?
For the most part, I leave anything that involves children out of the loop because it's not our handle. Special victims is the handling detective bureau, and some of that information is very sensitive. So I leave some of that stuff out. But Part 1 crimes, whatever I get, I send out.
And again, Part 1 crimes are all your big stuff. It's going to be your arsons and aggravated assaults and stuff that you read about on Nixle.
And the Part 1 crimes are the ones that are tracked by the FBI. So those have more importance.
Because I just found we had a rash of burglaries in my neighborhood, but only one was reported. And I just didn't know how you pick and choose why one was reported, one wasn't.
A lot of times, if the report, when we get the reports, they're always a week late. Because we pull the reports from last week. So if I was coming in on next Monday, I'm going to get reports from this Monday we had to just got done with to Friday, or till Sunday, I'm sorry. That's what we report on. If those reports, if the deputies that pulled them and wrote them didn't pull the right reporting district, because every part of Santa Cruz is broken into reporting districts. If they pulled the wrong one, it might have shot his report over to Lewis, or it might have shot that report over to Chris or someone else, and I have to find that and bring it back in. So by the time the Nixle's sent out, it might be too late. I got it too late. So it's not like we're trying to pull the covers over anyone's eyes or anything like that. It's just there's so many deputies out here, and there's so much to do, and to ask them to do, and they're supposed to do it the right way, but sometimes they make mistakes. And it's an easy fix, but by the time I get it, it's already the next week. So why report on something that's 2 weeks old? I try to give you guys something up to date, but I don't know about everyone else. I find that Zone 7 gets a lot of mistakes, so I try to keep up on it. Where do you live, by the way?
Across from Mom's, Sierra Hills.
Okay. I was going to say, I don't remember seeing a rash of burgs in my area, so.
A question for the audience. Does everybody here get an email from their zone leader about the crimes in their area? If you don't, go to nixle.com and sign up for it. It uses your zip code. I get them from both of these gentlemen up here, and it tells you what's going on in your neighborhood. And it's a very good service. My other question is, without the red light cameras, are we having more or less accidents where they used to be?
Like we said, that's not a Part 1 crime. We don't report on that. We don't even get those reports. You'd have to go through Traffic Services Bureau. Everything's a bureau in this department. Everyone has a job. But we do have traffic services within Santa Cruz. His name is Sergeant Rich Cohen. Be a great guy to ask that to. He'd give you all the information you needed about that. Personally, I don't think anything's really changed, but that's just my own opinion. I know when I used to come up to those things, I used to slam my brakes on as hard as I could. So.
I was going to ask you whether the STOP program still existed. That's where if you observed a teenager driving poorly, that you could report it, and then supposedly they would send an officer out to the home to have a conversation with the person.
No, I don't think
it was
we
called
have that.
STOP, S-T-O-P.
I'm not aware of that program, but Rich Coleman would probably know more about traffic stuff than that.
Would you speak just a short bit about your every 15 minutes that you did at Canyon today?
I would love to. I was not involved with that one, but I have been involved in other ones in the past. Personally, seeing the kids, you can tell when they walk out there, it looks like it's going to be a blast. They get to get out of school for a little bit, but then when they see how real it is and how they got the Grim Reaper there, and the Grim Reaper's standing over the body, and the fake coroners drive up and pull the body away. And all the kids are crying. You can tell them it really, really gets to them. So I think it's a great thing. Shell Hartman, Bill Velick, and CHP, I don't know their names, but I know they're involved, also do a really good job making it as real as it can get, with the crash to being arrested to going to court and then being sentenced by a judge, a real judge in a courtroom. So it's pretty authentic, and it's really, really good stuff. No, they took that away. And I don't know if you guys ever been down there. It's pretty horrid. Yeah. They give tours if you guys want to go.
Bring a mask.
Yeah, it stinks. Yeah, horrible.
Yeah. Good evening. I work over at College of the Canyons, right up the street. Do you cover that area as well? If there was a call to the college, or?
Yeah. Yes, that belongs to Zone 8. But if there's a crime and you want to report it, the sheriff's station will dispatch a car to go take care of the incident. So it's under the jurisdiction of the Santa Cruz Sheriff's Station.
Okay.
Let's give these gentlemen a big hand.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.